Welcome everybody to another episode of Protect Your Vision. We're your hosts, Matt Vizzi
and Tim Vizzi.
Today we're highlighting rising hip-hop artist who's changing the narrative of hip-hop itself, Dax.
Just 2 years ago, he had dreams of playing in the NBA. When on the way to a game, he would write a poem that would change the course of his life forever.
Fast forward to today and Dax has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, 400,000 followers on Instagram, and counting.
This man has the drive, passion, and motivation to change the world.
So without further ado, we introduce Dax.
Man, it's your boy Dax, and we back at it like a bad habit. If you want something better, go grab it. And today, baby, we finna make a big play. You here with Pro Vision Sports and Entertainment. Protect your vision. Come on!
So tell us your story, man. 2 years ago, you're playing basketball. You write a poem on the way to a game. Here you are 2 years later, one of the fastest rising hip-hop artists in the game right now.
I like the sound of that. So basically what happened was I was playing college basketball, had just left my Division I school, University of Montana. I get to Newman University, private small Catholic school. There was only like not even 2,000 kids living on campus. There was like 500 on campus. So I had to get, at a semester I needed a job because I was no longer getting like a stipend as a D1 athlete, full scholarship, but I was still on full scholarship.
Right.
So I got a job as a janitor. And they put me in the area where all like the poetry shit was, so I would like always clean up after like the poetry open mic nights. So I started just to be around that a lot. So one day on the way to a basketball game, we're going to play Arkansas Fort Smith, and I listened to this song and it inspired me to first I tried to write a rap, and I saw how like bad my words came together. I was like, no, this is trash. So I'm like, you know, let me try to write a poem. Yeah. So I wrote that poem on the bus, hopped off the bus, showed my teammate, and they were like, damn, this shit's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
And then just after that, just kept writing poems.
That's crazy, man. So it started out as poetry. You didn't even rap at the beginning.
Yeah, at first I thought I had coined the term spoken word poetry. Okay. But then I realized that it already something that had been going on for a while.
It's kind of a thing already.
Yeah, it's already a thing. So I just started writing poetry. I thought it was for sissies, but then I was like, you know what, my shit's dope, and I was rhyming it anyway. So I was like,
right. Yeah. So when did you spit your first flow? When did you start rapping from that?
I said as soon as the poem rhymed, I'll jump. So I was like, basically this is rap, but it's just like I'm speaking it.
Right.
Yeah. So,
right.
So right then and there, pretty much.
Okay. So and that was just 2 years ago.
Now it's about almost 2.5 now. 2.5
years ago, and now here you are. I mean, every single video you're putting out gets millions of views. You have a fan base that supports you, wants to help you grow. I mean, that's how I found out about your music. It's somebody sharing it with me. So that's like a big part of your fan base. How did you get to this point right here, right now?
The way I got to this point right here, right now, is when I first started like my social media grind. I got a piece of paper and I wrote 1 million on the piece of paper, and I was like, I told myself if I can individually myself talk to 1 million people with this talent I know I have.
It's hard to even count to 1 million first of all.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. But when you say it, it doesn't sound like a big number.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you sort of like map it out, it's like, damn. But like, it doesn't sound that bad. So I put 1 million on a piece of paper, and I'm like, if I can individually talk to 1 million people and share them this talent that is not for myself, because I was writing poetry to motivate others, not motivate myself. Right now I'm probably at like maybe 100,000, so like imagine where I'll be when I do finally tell that 1 million people.
That compound interest is going to keep just
exactly.
going.
And as I continue to tell people, which I'll never stop, now the base is growing and they're telling 5, so you know I'm gonna reach them. I've reached 1 million obviously with everyone, but now it's like it's my own goal to tell 1 million.
You're picking up a momentum that's already reached critical mass. I mean, you can't stop that.
That's what I always tell people. It's like the only person that can stop what I'm doing is me, because as long as I'm trying to tell 1 million people, it doesn't even matter if everyone stops, which they won't. But I'm gonna always continue to, you know, reply to 500 DMs a day, reach out to random people who I don't even reply to. So it's like it can't be stopped.
What's your favorite song that you've made? Which one means the most to you? Which one is the closest to your heart?
Probably Self-Proclaimed.
Now rap for reasons that are different than most. Not to flex for the gram every time that I post. Not to flex with these bands that my company grows, but to stretch and demand that the country grows a different breed. Flow sick rap is still educated what we need. Hook tight past and moving the masses when he read.
Just a self-proclamation of where I see things going, and it sort of breaks down like from start to finish my whole career.
Eat when you can this week, I'm straight primal. Delete what you can, I'm here, I went viral. Best that's my title, grab it. You silly rabbit. Hollywood can't get to me, man. I'm built to withstand fake, cause I'm not plastic. Hey, cause I'm so maverick. Different type tactics. Dax is so classic. Tupac would back it.
The way I discovered you, the first song I heard was She Cheated Again, which is so powerful. I don't know how anybody can't relate to that that's been into a relationship, but the way you kind of like just told that story, but with like, you could feel that energy, you could feel your pain.
I saw you texting with the dude and it was cool because you told me you and him were just friends. Then I caught you in the bed, let it slide, took you back, and then you went and fucked the same dumb nigga again. What the fuck, bitch? I gave my all to you. There's a kid that no one knows about, and me and you both know I am the father to. That means I am a part of you. You went and broke my heart in two, then stabbed me in the back and watched me bleed and pulled an audible.
Basically, it was just it was like a recollection or a microcosm of a relationship I was in. It wasn't all 100% factual. But for the most part, it was pretty accurate, so that's pretty much what it was.
Adding on to kind of just what you lived in real life.
How you think this gon' end? Cause I've been dealing with depression, social media attention. They expect me to be happy, but I'm fucking depressed. I swear I'm fucking depressed. All the money in the world don't mean a thing if you can't share it with somebody that you love and that you fucking respect.
Like, I took my story and then I added more relatable elements so I could touch this person, I could touch women and men.
Right.
So, yeah.
And that's something I really love about your artistry, is that you're not boxed into as one thing. We were talking a little bit earlier off camera. You're not just like a hype guy. You're not just a dude that's like doing like music about girls. You're literally doing everything. You're just being yourself, but literally taking it in every single direction you could possibly go with.
The versatility.
Exactly, yeah. I just try to like, not say my personality's like that. It's like, you know, like, some days I'm like all hyped as shit. Some days I'm just like chilling. The work never changes, but like the way at which I approach a work on a certain day may change. So I just try to like make sure that my music is in line with that, which is why sometimes I'm screaming, sometimes I'm singing, sometimes I'm just talking. So
that's what life is, really. You know?
Exactly, yeah.
Different environments that you go into, ups and downs. You're not always feeling the same.
Exactly.
One of the things that I like that you say is, we're making big plays.
Big plays.
One of the quotes that I've lived by having an athlete life is big players make big plays in big games.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, my thing is always making big plays, because I always used to say that when I was hooping. Just like my teammates, we'd be down in the game and I'd just be like, just gotta make a big play. We're gonna come back, just gotta make a big play. And then it was just like, I would say it so much that the big plays would just manifest. And all of a sudden there's a loose ball. Oh, I'm on that shit. Oh, boom, now we're back. You know what I mean? So I always just kept that with music too, just saying big plays, big plays. And it's like, but I try to tell people those like big plays is a mantra or whatever, but like a big play only happens with a lot of small plays.
Right.
So I try to say the big play is like what I look at, but I know it's a bunch of small plays that add up to that. So
take care of the little things and the big things take care of themselves.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And try to make a big play every single day, right?
That's
kind of your whole motto. Exactly. Making a big play every day.
Every day, every second, every hour.
Where do you derive that mental strength to tap in day after day?
The biggest thing I always tell myself is like, you know, it's not about how I feel. Feelings don't matter. It's like the reason I have energy is I don't have energy. But it's like, I know I don't, but I don't care. So it's like, I tell people, you don't have to have the energy to have energy. You don't have to like the work you're doing to do it. That's what I really got from my parents. It's like, my dad is like, he does the same thing every day and he's been doing it for years. And I know for years he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I look at him like, how do you do it? And he's just like, I just do it. It's that simple. So it's just like, I know I don't need to like the work to do it. I know I don't have to have the energy to go and do this, that. So I always take my feelings out of the work. And it's just like, but I know it's like, if I do this work, I'm gonna like the end goal, which is basically like me when I go work out. It's like, I don't like the feeling of lifting this weight. This shit hurts. Right. But I do like the way my body moves.
Right.
So I take my feelings out of the work.
What's the vision going forward? What's the vision for you?
The vision for Dax is to continue to try and put something into the world that's gonna last forever. But on top of that is to become a real live performer, you know, hit 5 different countries, 50 performances, do a bunch of things like that. And then also, I wanna be like, one of my biggest goals has always been like the biggest artist that's still super interactive. And I think like, you know, I really like kids like see that and like, damn, I just gotta reply. So that's one big goal too.
Yeah, that's cool how you reply to so many of your fans.
Yeah.
And that's what's probably why they've gotten behind you so hard and want to share your music with people. And I saw your goal sheet, I mean, written up on the whiteboard, your goals for 2019, and that's as active as it gets. You're trying to do 100 appearances. You're trying to do shows all over the world. You're trying to become one of the biggest hip-hop artists in the world.
Exactly.
So you got to protect your vision as you go forward. Yeah. How do you plan on protecting your vision?
I plan on protecting my vision by just staying true to myself. So it's pretty easy. You know, all I got to do is really be me, and I feel like if I do that, no one can fuck with my vision because it's mine. So as long as I'm like myself, I'm all here. Stay humble with it. I think I'm good. And I think like the best way. I was thinking about this the other day. I feel like there's a misconfusion with the word humble. Sometimes I get some people say, "Oh man, you're cocky" and shit like that. And I think humble is the way you treat people on your ascent or on your climb to the top. I don't think it has anything to do with what you say, because I've been saying the same shit even when I didn't have followers. So when one called me not humble, then I think it's more about how I continue to treat people. So that's really the goal, protect my vision just by staying the same way I treat people and stuff like that.
Be humble enough to know that you're not better than anybody.
Exactly.
Be confident enough to know that nobody's better than you. That's something I live by. You know what I mean? Humble confidence. And you got that. You got that humble confidence. You treat people with respect, but you know yourself and you're confident in yourself and what your capabilities are. I really respect that, man. So who are some of your biggest inspirations as far as like, why did you become an artist?
My biggest inspirations are my parents, for sure. I think my parents' work ethic is on like another level, like ridiculous. My mom, there's no one that works as hard as my mom. It's wild. So definitely them. I definitely got the work from them. And then in terms of like mentality-wise, I would say Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Love it. So those are my inspirations. Parents and then those two.
You played college ball like we talked about. You ever think about going back and doing a concert at those spots?
Oh, that's my goal. I remember when they asked me to leave the University of Montana, I literally went to like. I did some crazy shit when I left the University of Montana. I went to the locker room and I wrote on like, you know, just like I wrote a bunch of motivational shit all around campus. I went to the Hall of Fame whole area and I slipped like a picture of myself and my name inside of one of the open Hall of Fame things. And I literally said this, the next day I said, Dear University of Montana, although you did not get the chance to feel me physically, I will be the biggest part of your school's history.
Man. And that's literally going down. That's literally happening right now, man.
And that shit rhymed and everything. That's crazy. Although you did not get to feel me physically, I will be the biggest part of your school's history. That's legendary, damn. I got some legendary fucking
That is legendary. So tell me about that, man. So legendary is a big part of things you post every single day. You talk about being legendary.
Yeah. I got living legend tatted on my ankles. I got a big ass living legend tatted on my stomach, and it's just basically, you know, more self-proclamation. It's like, I don't see why I can't call myself a living legend. I feel like everyone should call themselves a living legend. I feel like if you're not calling yourself a living legend, like, what are you doing? You can't be something you don't know you are, because you'll never know.
Right.
You know, it's like if you don't call yourself a basketball player, you'll never be one. Every single basketball player I've ever met calls himself a basketball player.
You gotta confess it first.
Exactly, you gotta confess what you are to step into it. So it's like, you know, like just the person who's working in the buildings where we're at, they'll be like, what's your job? She's like, yeah, I'm a computer technician. She's like, because that's what she is. So I always call myself a living legend, because that's what I feel like I am.
So what can we expect next from you as far as music, man? What do you got? What are you working on right now?
Man, in terms of music, I got a lot of different collaborations coming out with Dax. Dax is starting to hit worldwide. I got a song coming out with a big Asian artist. I was in China right before Christmas. Really big out there, so I got a song coming out. We got a music video. We made it. I was out there. Biggest production I've ever been on. She was expensive as fuck. And then so he's big as shit out there. Then I got a song coming out, 2 songs coming out with the artist in India. He's like one of the biggest rappers out there. So I'm gonna hit that. And India's got, you know, the 2nd biggest population in the world, about to be the 1st.
Billion people, man.
Exactly. So I'm about to hit that. And then a bunch of other collaborations that I'm trying to knock off. My goal is to do the most collaborations in the world eventually. Because I just don't see why not. So,
right.
You know, so I got that coming out, plus my own project, Fuck Love. So Fuck Love is basically gonna take the world through all the stages of love when you go from, you know, like the stages of a relationship.
The honeymoon relationship.
Yeah, exactly. The honeymoon phase of a relationship breaking down.
So for people out there that want to join the movement, the Dax movement, and be making big plays, where can they find your stuff at?
I tell people this all the time. If you want to find Dax, just put in DAX, and if I don't come up, that means I'm not doing my job.
Hey, there's a great sushi spot right up the street. I know you're probably a little bit hungry. I know I'm hungry. You hungry?
Starved.
Trying to get it real quick? You guys trying to grub? Let's roll. Let's get it.
Now I rap for reasons that are different than most. Not to flex for the gram every time that I post. Not to flex with these bands that my company grows. But to stretch and demand that the country grows. a different breed. Flow sick rapper, still educated when we need. Uptight pastor moving the masses when he read. Stage 3 master telling these children to believe and receive everything that you dream.